Hey everyone, Sean here. I'm going to do a Let's Talk on Dead by Daylight, but we're going to do it differently from in the past. Usually in the past we would actually play the game and talk about it, whatever we're looking to talk about at the same time. But today we actually have two matches we recorded yesterday, and we're going to use them as examples to show, basically, help us discuss what we're looking to talk about, and that is specifically a new character that has been added to Dead by Daylight. Her name is Michaela Reed. She's a witch. Which is pretty cool to see a witch added to the game, especially with Halloween coming up soon. But she's got three new perks like any character comes in. One's called Clairvoyance. Once a totem there is cleansed, she sees auras of other Janes and other things like that as well. It kind of seems like a map. Basically, a perk is a map, basically. It sounds pretty cool, actually. It'll be something fun to check out, I feel like. But the other two perks are the ones that I mostly want to talk about. There's Boon Totems, and the new characters very much interacts with totems on the map. As I say, Clairvoyance, once you cleanse the totem, she can see auras of stuff on the map. The other two totems are required her to bless the totem, as it's called. You've maybe seen it in the past in videos where, or you've played it yourself, where you cleanse the totem, or basically cleanse the totem. There, and it destroys it completely. Well, when Michaela blesses the totem, it's the same type of thing. It takes time to do it, but once it's blessed, there's a blue starry radius that basically sent out in a circle area from the totem. Now there's two boon perks related to this, and if the survivor has both perks equipped to it, then that's automatically activated once they bless the totem. Now the two perks are one, if killer is in the radius of the Boon Totem, that killer won't see the scratch marks or the auras of any survivor within that area. And secondly, a survivor is injured, they can go into that radius and get a free heal or faster heals, basically. That's essentially what it is. It's a free heal and faster heals. And I'll show you some examples of it at the moment. But first, what I want to do is I want to show you something here. You can see it up right now. It disappears. The reason why it disappeared is because the killer just stomped on it. Now, for some reason, when the killer stomps on it, it doesn't actually destroy the totem completely, which is wrong because, well, it should be wrong because the survivor sees a hex totem of the killer, it's lit up and everything, they cleanse that totem, and then that totem's destroyed for the rest of the game. Well, not the rest of the game, the rest of the match, I should say. But for some reason, when a killer stomps on this totem, it doesn't damage it, which is weird because you would think if you stomp on something, you would break it. Apparently, that's not the case. Now, what I want to point out here is I'm on this gen here with a killer right now, and I'm on this side of the house here. Now, you can see the aura of the totem there, and you can see this power here. Now, I want to jump forward a little bit here. A little bit more, getting close. Close. Get close again. Back up a bit. Now is close here, and boom. You can see the house is just about here, right? You can see that's the palette I pointed out, and that's the same totem. Even for the totem that was damaged, you can actually see it back up again because it's been re-blessed by one of the Michaelas here, right, you can see. And I didn't actually know at the time when this was happening it could be re-blessed. I figured once the killer stormed in it, it'd be gone for good. But apparently that's not the case, and I think all that needs to be changed, to be honest. Very much needs to be changed, but right now at the present moment, the healing totem, the perk with the healing is actually been disabled by the developers. Because there's some sort of glitch with it. I don't specifically know at this time what the glitch is right now, but it can't be related to the actual totem itself because totems are still being able to put up, and the other totem, the other perk that is related to scratch marks hidden and everything is still working. So the bug can't be related to the perk being added to the totems and being activated. It must be something with the perk itself. And maybe they realised it's too strong or something like that, I don't know. But there may be some changes coming soon on that, hopefully, because it is severely overpowered, as I'm about to show you. You can see the little blue stars here. That's kind of the blue starry radius that I was talking about. Now, David I just took him off the hook. He's instantly ran up to that area, and I'm coming up behind him. Now watch this. Now, before I do this, I specifically added botany knowledge on because botany knowledge speeds up healing, and I saw the two McKillers, so I wanted to see how fast it is. Now, I don't have a med kit or anything here, and I don't know what shell killed me or anything else that assists me here. I only have botany knowledge plus this totem here. At the present time, you have to remember, when I'm actually doing this here, David and myself don't actually have these two perks on. It's these other survivors here, the McKellers, who have these two perks. We don't actually have any perks on, so we're getting kind of bonus. This wasn't a bonus perk, bonus health basically because of them bringing it in and blessing that top. And that's what's happening here. Now watch this, watch how fast this heal is. One skill check and one skill check. It's crazy. Now David's going to go off and get injured again because basically people in this match really weren't trying that hard, I don't think. They were basically, I certainly wasn't. I was more interested in looking around. Now I want to show you a little bit more here. You see, let's go back a bit more here. Oh, not far. See, okay, you can see it here. This is kind of me on the outskirts of it. You can see how big radius it goes out from there. And the thing you have to understand is the perks that they brought in, that's only level 2 of the perks, it's not even level 3. And you can see how massive area that it's covering. Remember, the killer can't see the scratch marks or anything in here now. You're about to see another example of the healing here. This time Michaela's going to come in, she's got a med kit. I don't know if she uses it or not here. And I've got botany on as well. So watch this. Let me replay that again because it went so fast you may have not seen it here. Well, basically, there, David's about to come on the screen right now. There he is. He's just instantly ran to us. That's it. And he's off back to play with the car again. Didn't even get a skill check that time around. It's absolutely crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. That is a game changer, a massive, massive game changer for survivors, but survivors didn't need a game changer. Killers are the one that needed a game changer. Because it's very difficult for killers to get a win in this match. Unless they camp tunnel or slug, and I feel like this might increase camping and tunnel and slug, especially the killers or anyone they realise has these perks added. Now there's no way the killer can know for certain unless they actually see them blessing a totem. And there is some sort of counterplay to the totems because you can destroy them, keep destroying them, and once you know where a totem is, it keeps getting blessed, you can destroy it. Basically, but we want to show you some other things here as well. Yeah, this is about the area. Let's come into here. Yeah, Michaela with the medkit is about to come into the screen soon. There she is there. Part of the van's in the way, but she starts healing now. Watch her. She's healing herself. And this is massively important to talk about here because this is the situation, right? Right now in the game, right? Obviously, the thing that survivors need to do, they need to do generate, right? So right now, she is injured. So usually someone would have to heal her. Right? Now, let's pretend she didn't have the med kit there. I don't know if she actually did have a med kit in her hand at that point. Actually, I don't remember seeing one or not. But let's pretend for this example, say she didn't have a med kit, right? She would have to go to get someone healed. Let's say David is getting chased by the killer. This Michaela, who's not injured, is on a gen. I'm running around trying to get to a gen, basically. And let's pretend that's what I'm doing right now. Even though I'm pretty much looking at the blue starry sky, thinking to myself, what the hell have the developers done? Basically. So as I said, let's say this Michaela here is healing that Michaela. David is getting chased by the killer. I'm getting looked around. There's no one on a gen then. But because she's able to come into this area, this Michaela doesn't need to come off a gen. That Michaela can stay on a gen. I can maybe find the one gen, because there's only one gen left. Maybe I can find the gen that Michaela's on and join her now. And the two of us can pop that last gen while David is getting looping the kill. And she gets a free heal. And then she can come onto the gen with us as well. Instead, she basically, all because of that, she's healed. So the killer loses out on some sort of delay on the gens. It may not be a lot of delay, but any type of delay the killer can have on a gen is great. Now in this situation, as you can see on the screen, you can see there's a second totem now at the bottom. Because each Michaela can actually bless a totem. You can only bless one totem at a time. But let's say you have four Michaelas in a match. That's 4 totems that could be blessed constantly. They can't be destroyed by the killer. So the killer has to keep defending the 4 totems and defending basically the gens on the map while trying to find the survivors, attack them, down them, and hook them 3 times each. Yep. Killers are just not meant to win in this game. They're just not meant to win. As you can see here, he stepped in a trap, but you can see as I play this here, you'll see the distance. There's a little gap in between it. I'm standing in here right now where it's not activated, but it's just a little small area. You can see how far the two of them are reaching out in the map. And all here there's a big long map. This is covering a big massive area of it. And remember, the killer can't see the scratch marks in this area. Can't see the auras of the survivors either. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. There's one more thing I want to show you here. Where's the... Oh, too far. Killer had no head, but I did get it. This is the part here I want to show you. I'll play it here now. I go up to the top because I want to see if I could interact with it. Now come out now, I walk off. Now you can see how the radius of it here, how far it reaches out. Remember, this is only level 2, this is not level 3 of it. Level 3 I presume will go even further out, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Also, I spoke to the killer after the match in this, and he was telling me that Thrill the Hunt, which is a hex that can let the killer know when someone's working on a totem. Apparently that didn't do anything. It didn't help at all. It barely made a dent, and basically was preventing the survivors from using the totems. Because you have to remember that the killer can't destroy the totems, but the survivors can actually bless the hex throughout the hunt. Once that's done, it's gone completely for the rest of the match. But once the killer disables a Boon Totem, Boon Health or Boon Scratch Mark remover or whatever it's called, I think it's Shadow Step it's called actually, yeah. Boon Shadow Step is one that removes the Scratch Mark. Boon Healthy, I'm going to call it. I can't remember the actual name of the other Boon at the moment. But that Boon Healthy has been disabled right now and is being worked on there. But the killer was telling me Thrill the Hunt didn't work on that. The only thing that seemed to be working was exhaustion perks. And that's why he's using no head at the moment. But that's the only thing that seemed to be working. But yeah, killers are really up against it. And high level MMR, I think you're going to see a lot of tunneling, camping and slugging. Because you were already seeing it because killers were at a huge disadvantage in games against 4 survivors. Now they're even more at a disadvantage. I think you're going to see an increased amount of tunneling, camping and slugging. Which pretty much sucks because that's no fun for anyone. Now I'm going to go to the second match because there is actually some counter to it. Oh, I'm not the second match up. This is the wrong match I have up here. Give me a second. Yeah, this is the one I avoid. Right. There is some benefit to this here, but the killer doesn't have any control over it. The survivors are pretty much the one that have control over it. Survivors can control how they basically tackle basically doing the bomb totems here. Now this is how you don't do it basically. This is Michaela's already looking for a totem. She keeps doing that for a little while. We get chased off this gen by the way. But as I come out here, see her, she's still looking for the totem as well. me and the Steve got chased off. And now she goes into there looking for me, but I'm presuming she's still looking for the totem. So I start looking for the totem to try and help her find it. I then find one hex totem in here. Now this hex totem turns out to be haunted ground, which is a smart choice, and actually haunted ground can actually be more of a benefit actually, because that will hurt the survivor. So I basically go and find her, but let's pretend it was hex rune, right? It's not hex rune, it's hex haunted ground as I said, but let's pretend it's hex rune. But here's another thing, I'm waving her because we're not survivor, we're friends. And I can't tell her where the totem is. Survivor friend can instantly tell her where the totem is. I have to take time here to get her attention and get her to follow me and point it out to her. So that takes time, which can help the killer, because any time off the gens for the killer is a good thing. So this, with survivor, with people or randoms are playing together, this can be a big benefit, as the pig in this game had here. He actually does chase her off that as well. But when I get hooked at some point and I go back to it with Michaela as well, and she finally blesses it and gets rid of it, but it turns out it was haunted ground as well. It was crazy. That's actually there, where it blessing there. Now I'm actually getting chased by the killer here. Aye, this is the part I want to show you here, because there is a Boon Totem up now. Plus there's something kind of funny that happens here. Although I'm not entirely sure the killer didn't see me. It may have made me think he didn't see me. Watch what happens here. I know I'm pretty much in trouble, so I just ducked in and hide here. My scratch marks can't be seen, and my aura can't be seen either. So I out-stealthed a stealth killer. At least that's what I'm going to pretend what happened. There's a chance he maybe didn't see the red in there. But I then start to heal. I'm pretty much getting a 5th perk, self-care for free here. You can see here in a second. There it is there, but it's upstairs, so it's working downstairs as well. It's upstairs and downstairs. It goes all the way up. North, south, west, east, all around in a circle. It goes everywhere. Now, but here's one thing for, on a small map, the killer can actually find totems, which he did there, and they basically disabled that before I could find it. He does it again one more time as well, somewhere else. I find it. But here I try and heal myself again and they cut it off. But I'm basically getting a 5th perk here, which is kind of crazy. Really, because I don't need a 5th perk. The killer matches there, so on small maps there is some counter to it, because the killer can actually counter it. And there's another thing I thought of as well. If you actually clock where the totems are, you can actually leave the totem up, but you can't see scratch marks up. But you can know some people are going to go to there to maybe heal once the healing site is back up again, so that is possibly a place for you to find it. But that won't work if you're able to eyeball it. On a small map, you should be able to find people in that area. An open map like Ormond as well. Colburn Farm, the corn, there's no joke by the way. Corn-eyed is no joke in Colburn Farm, that's a thing. That may be quite difficult. Things like the Red Forest, Raccoon City Police Station, Larry's Memorial, Yamaoka Estate as well. These bigger maps here, like unlike Autoyard you can eyeball it because it's quite an open map, but these other maps that are not as open are going to be really tricky for killers. These Boon Totems up. And the fact that the killer can't actually destroy it himself is crazy as well. Plus the killer already has enough to do in the match. He has to find all 4 survivors, attack them, down them, and hook them. And he has to do that 3 times with each survivor potentially. And I would say about 8 to 12 hooks he has to do that, the killer has to do. And it's crazy. Now they have to care about totems as well. Now in the past they would have to sort of care about totems, or we were using hex totems because I had to defend them as well. But this is it's overpowered, and I hope the developers do something with them. As I said, the health side is actually disabled at the moment and is getting worked on. I don't specifically know why, but I hope it's because the developers have realised how overpowered it actually is, and they're actually going to lessen it. The effectiveness of it are going to change it how it works in some way, and I hope that they allow the killers to actually destroy the totems completely, because the fact that the survivors can actually bless the totem, therefore disabling the killer's hex totem for the rest of the game, but the killer can't come across and stomp in it and disable their ability to use that totem as a Boon Totem from the rest of the game is just crazy. Because the killer who destroys it is still going to be there for them to re-bless it. It's absolutely insane and completely overpowered. It's a big game changer, but survivors didn't need a game changer. Killers are the ones that did. And I'm concerned that it might increase tunneling, camping, and slugging. And if you've seen any of my videos, you know that I feel the toxic cloud that hangs over the Dead by Daylight is one of the biggest issues, along with hacking at the moment. Well, there's a lot of hacking going on at high levels as well. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, then please like this video. If you want to see future content like this, then please subscribe for future content. And until next time, you take care.